What's going on, folks? We have got a TVZ for y'all this Sunday afternoon. It's going to be between the Teal Terran, back from a week-long trip to beautiful Puerto Rico. It is bbbbbbreed and his opponent. In the top left, in the yellow, it is the Zerg player, Kevin Lee. I think it's been a while since we've seen these two face off. bbbbreed, recently returning to the game, has been having some success, especially in this matchup. And Kevin, always grinding, but I don't know how his form necessarily is currently. Has been having some rough games on the ladder. And of course, there was a new patch a few months ago that does kind of change things, as well as new maps. So, Kevin going to be opening up with a hatchery first. Very standard out of this matchup, but it's not something we always see out of Kevin. He's going to go for that super standard hatch gas pool. bbbbreed going to be making supply depot and barracks at the top of his ramp. Looks like he's going to be expanding shortly. Now, Kevin does have a reputation of being a bit of an aggressive, rushy boy, so that is probably going to be on bbbbreed's mind. He's going to have to be mindful of walling off the front of his base here, because you can just lose the game if 10 or 20 Zerglings just run in. And we do have that first Reaper making its way across the map. We have 6 Zerglings coming out of Kevin. Sometimes you see Zerg players go for only 2, sometimes you see 4. 6 is a little much, but it's not completely unheard of. Of course, that does mean the drone count is going to be suffering a little bit, not to mention Kevin loves to keep mining gas. Usually, Zerg players will pull 2 or even 3 drones out of gas, get that extra mineral income, go for a very fast third. But like I said, Kevin tends to be a bit more of an aggressive style player. So we will keep an eye on what he spends that gas on. Likely going to be a baneling nest and a fast lair. But neither on the way just yet. bbbbreed does have his expansion up and running, morphing into an orbital command, and he is starting that wall I mentioned. Reaper gonna hop back in, do a quick scout. Is gonna get surrounded by the Zerglings, but sees that there is no lair just yet. Sees that Ling speed just finished. And those 6 Lings gonna be running across the map. Only 2 Hellions. I'm not sure who really wins this fight. I think, yeah, Kevin's not really gonna want to engage here, especially not with 4 Hellions. Lair finally on the way. Third finally on the way. This is quite delayed for this matchup, but Kevin, he has droned up decently, up at 34 now. Now he's making 14 additional Zerglings. These 4 Hellions gonna have to be careful, because once those 14 extra Lings come out, these Hellions are in a bit of danger. They do evacuate the premises, but Kevin streaming across the map, recognizing that if the Hellions are here, maybe there's not so much back at home. bbbbreed has reinforced that wall. There's 3 Hellions that were out on the map, though, most likely going to lose their lives. But okay trades, I suppose, thanks to the squad of units behind the wall there. And Kevin going for that fast spire, as he usually likes to do. Now, bbbbreed has no idea of this just yet.
SDV ready.
Doesn't even know that the layer is done. So he is going to need to drop a scan sooner rather than later, because if 8 to 10 mutas just show up in his base, that's going to be the GG. bbbbreed now loading up a medevac, going for a bit of a drop, gonna fly right into vision of this overlord. In fact, they're just kind of hovering in the skies, saying a quick how do you do, and drop off, take out that overlord. Of course, that means this drop is significantly delayed, and every second that passes, we are a second closer to Mutalisks taking the field. bbbbreed gonna load up again, but not go anywhere. There he goes. Overseer gonna fly in for a Scout-a-rooney, dropping a Changeling, and I don't know if bbbbreed saw that. Okay, he did. Nice awareness there, picking that off. However, fire's done. Mutalisks. Hold on, where are the Mutalisks? No Mutalisks in production. What is this? Is this a Timbo stream? There we go, 5 mutas in production. This drop doing a whole lot of nothing right now. And this third base from Kevin, completely unutilized thus far. Only just now starting to drone it up a little bit. Here come the 5 mutas. And did bbbbreed spot that Spire with the drop? No, he didn't. So he still has no idea that mutas are imminent. Armory in production, and bbbbreed looks like he wants to go for an attack now. I think this is going to be his only chance because he has no muta defenses back home. Armory going to be finishing up shortly. That's going to allow these Hellions to morph into Hellbats. That's going to allow these Widow Mines to be invisible. Widow Mine singular, rather. And here are the mutas. How many of them is that? 9 mutas. That is a respectful amount of mutas. This Overseer just chilling in plain view right now. bbbbreed going for his attack. Kevin turning around with his mutas. I don't like this choice. They are not going to be very helpful in this fight. I think he should have just gone for the counterattack. But Kevin also has a lot of Ling Bane, and in he goes, swallowing the brunt of the Terran army. Huge Widow Mine connection there. That might have been what bbbbreed needs to keep himself in this game and potentially win it. Is he being a little too passive right now? He just took out a lot of Lings and Banes, and he's kind of just chilling back right now, allowing Kevin to morph more Banelings. Now that they are completed, it's going to be a very difficult attack. Supply count almost dead even. Worker count's going to be favoring Kevin, so that means the army is slightly larger for bbbbreed. But I think it's all going to come down to the splash damage units, the Baneling, the Widow Mines. There is no third base in sight for bbbbreed. He is kind of all in with this. Mutas dancing around the Widow Mines, kind of playing with fire. Skirting up, picking up another Marine, and oh, good connection from that Widow Mine. Takes out one Mutalisk and softens up the other ones. Only 6 mutas left on the map currently. Kevin with a lot of money, not really sure what to do with it, I guess. And bbbbreed poking forward once again, very sloppy with his units, gonna lose a few Widow Mines for free there, and that's gonna trigger Kevin to run in with most of his units. And oh, Banelings crashing into Marauders. That is not what you want to let happen, but does it matter? I think there's just not enough Terran here any longer. This medevac with 8 Marines in it gonna go down, and what a disastrous last minute or so for bbbbreed, losing 3, I think, Widow Mines there for free, losing that medevac, and now he is on the back foot. He is forced to retreat, and Kevin gonna be pressing the counterattack. No, maybe not. He decides to turn back around. bbbbreed desperately trying to throw up his third base on location, but is that just too little too late? Kevin, of course, has been mining off of 3-ish bases for the past like 5 or so minutes. He is getting a 4th as well. He is making more Mutalisks, and keep in mind, scratch that, I didn't know he had missile turrets. That's a strange placement of missile turrets, but he should be relatively okay. Maybe the natural has a bit of an opening. This third should be fine with the Marines there. Some supply depots might go down, but these mutas just going to be a bit of a nuisance here, picking off supply depots, and bbbbreed can't really afford to be losing anything right now. And yeah, all those Marines just went back into the main, and Kevin, whoa, eating a lot of Widowmine shots there, but a lot of mutas still alive and kicking. Marine's gonna return for the defense, but Muta's just gonna fly away and regenerate their HP. Very sloppy by Kevin, eating a bunch of Widowmine shots, but there are still, 7 Mutas alive, and they can just regenerate, of course. More Mutas joining the fray, and we'll see some more big Widowmine connections. Yes, there's another 2, but still a huge flock of mutas. And until they are dead, they can still do damage. Back at home, Kevin has been droning up. He is teching up the hive, finally getting 1-1 upgrades. I think bbbbreed already has his 1-1. No, just +1 attack, getting +2. So slightly in favor of bbbbreed for the next 10 or so more seconds. This is just 5 overlords hanging out in the corner for some reason. And supply count gonna be heavily in favor of the Zerg player. Huge bank as well. Maybe he's saving up for hive tech. But actually army count relatively even, 79 to now 76 from bbbbreed. And still no drilling claws upgrade. Don't know why bbbbreed never gets that upgrade. It allows your Widowmines to burrow, I think, 20% faster or something. Doesn't sound like too much, but believe you me, it does make a difference. And whoa! Kevin kind of flying into Marines there, losing a handful of mutas for almost free, but here come the Ling Bane, and they are flooding in, swarming over the Terran army. bbbbreed forced to retreat, but retreat to where? There is not enough map to run, and all the bio gets cleaned up, and with it, I think bbbbreed's hopes and dreams of winning this game number 1 have just gone out the window. Not gonna tap out just yet, but this is pretty much over. He is pretty much dead, and that is DED dead. 141 supply to 89. Kevin, 2,500 minerals in the bank, getting that Ultralisk Cavern. He is on 4 bases, getting the 5th base as well. He is quite rich. Got 2-2 on the way, and bbbbreed just not a whole lot left back at home. I think it all comes down to that botched attack here. That was his one and only chance, and now these mutas are going to be taking out all the workers at this 4th base. bbbbreed just scrambling to try to give himself a sliver of a chance. But there is none. Look how slow those Widowmines burrow. It is. They could just fight the bio at this point. And it looks like that is what they are indeed doing. Back at home, the Ultralisk Cavern is complete. Adrenal glands being researched. No Ultras in production, but GG does get called. bbbbreed going to be taking an L in game number 1. Welcome back to game number 2 in this series. Between this man in the top right, it is the Teal Terran bbbbreed. And rocking the red this time around in the bottom left, it is our Zerg player, Kevin Lee. Pretty decent showing there from Kevin in game number 1. Going for his usual Muta Rush. And pretty good defense against that attack from bbbbreed. Of course, bbbbreed did kind of mess that up just a little bit. So here we are, game number 2. Looks like opening's going to be mostly the same from both players. Hatch gas pool out of the Zerg. Barracks in the main for the Terran player. Now this map is altitude, very cool, snowy, frosty map. Got 2 Zelnaga watchtowers here. And interesting thing about this map is you can destroy these rocks to destroy the tower and then destroy the new rocks to eventually take this gold base. We rarely see it happen, but it is an option. Very large map, by the way. There's a lot of open space in the middle of the map, but also a lot of paths to walk around. bbbbreed going to be expanding relatively quickly. Spawning pool going to finish up, and Kevin most likely going to continue mining gas as he likes to do. 4 Lings in production this time around, and Reaper on the way across the map. Just going to be doing that little Reaper Ling dance that we usually see in TVZs. Behind this, we've got another barracks and a factory in production as well. Reaper hopping on in. Going to blast at some of these Zerglings. I would be shocked to see anything go down in this exchange. Looks like bbbbreed just going to back off with the Reaper for now. Just see both players kind of macroing up. bbbbreed going to be swapping that factory onto the reactor. And likely going to make 2 Hellions. Second base going to be morphing into an orbital now. And the wall is starting on up. Zergling speed upgrade finishing up, and that means these Zerglings are going to feel empowered to run out onto the map and take out that Reaper. Would have liked to see a little bit more from that Reaper out of bbbbreed. Could have hopped back in, gone for a scout, tried to be annoying But now these 6 Zerglings kind of causing a ruckus. Just 6 Zerglings. Now these 2 Hellions are going to pop out. Looks like this supply depot most likely going to go down. And 1 Hellion going down as well. Second Hellion does clean up the Lings, but those were pretty effective 6 Lings there. Layer in production now, as well as additional 1 additional extractor. Number 3 and number 4 going down as well, and the 3rd base. So it is likely going to be Mutas once again. We do see Kevin go for some weird Roach Hydra composition once in a while, but that is not normal. And whoa, okay, there it is. He is perhaps going to do that. Roach Hydra, not a good composition, and especially not in this matchup. We'll see if he finds success with it. Workers are going to be favoring the Zerg player quite a bit, as it tends to do in this matchup. But bbbbreed not really on top of his SCV production. As you see, the natural not producing anything right now. Only 1 SCV on gas here. Not sure if that's intentional, or is it the nerves getting to bbbbreed? In any case, layer is done. Hydralisk Den in production. Baneling Nest in production as well. 3rd is up and kind of running with 2 drones there. A 4 Marine drop. Kind of an odd number. And by odd I mean strange. I'm well aware that 4 is an even number. Thank you. We do have more Marines in the base, and Kevin is flying around with an Overseer here. It is a speedy boy. Gonna be scouting around. Drops a Changeling, which bbbbreed picks up on right away. Kevin does get a full scout of the Terran base. Does bbbbreed have any idea what the Zerg is doing? No, he does not. And he's going to move out anyways, it looks like. Kevin going for Lingbane Hydra at the moment. He does have 9 roaches in production. But again, this is not a great unit composition. We'll see if it matters. The economy has just been far superior for Kevin for most of this game. Now bbbbreed is going to be commencing his attack, burrowing the initial Widowmine, does not get any juicy connections. Second Widowmine just kind of wanders into the fray, slowly burrowing, and does not get a connection either. And pretty flawless cleanup there out of Kevin Lee. These Marines and Marauders forced to run all the way back home, but what is even back home for bbbbreed? Not a whole lot. A lot of these units going to be losing their lives before even getting back behind that wall. Now Kevin morphing Ravagers as well. I didn't know he knew what those were. That is going to help to bile down these Widowmines from afar, maybe do some damage onto the supply depots. Kevin just in firm control of this game so far. 126 supply to only 70 of the Terran player. bbbbreed with his back against the ropes right now. Kevin just continuing to stream units across the map, morphing more Ravagers as well. Bit of a supply block there. Going to be morphing in 5 Overlords, but I don't think he even needs them. He could just end the game with this army here. There's not a whole lot from bbbbreed. Could use some tanks. This one Liberator is going to help a bit, but Kevin could just bile that down. Morphing in yet even more Ravagers. Not sure why this drone is here, making a BM hatchery at bbbbreed's third base. There's the siege tank, and that's going to deny the hatchery, I guess. Ravager Biles going down on a whole lot of nothing. I don't know if Kevin has the flyer helpers thingy turned on, but that is this little thing down here. That's where you want to shoot the Biles to hit air units. And that's going to buy bbbbreed some time. Keep in mind, this unit composition, like I said, not terribly good. And the longer it goes on, the worse it gets. Can bbbbreed buy himself enough time to get a few more tanks and maybe break on out of here? I don't know. There's a chance. There's a chance, folks. Command Center going to be flying over to potentially take that third. bbbbreed thought about moving out, but it's just a little bit too much Zerg still at the moment. Of course, Kevin has been mining up 3 bases for quite some time, going for a 4th as well. bbbbreed has moved out. There's still a big Zerg army here, and a random proxy hatch I don't understand. 21 more Hydras on the way. Now, Hydras, they do a lot of DPS, but they are very squishy. So once the meat and potatoes of the army, that's the roaches, that's the lings, that's the ravagers, once those go down, the Hydras are soon to follow. Now, will these roaches and ravagers even go down is the question. There is not a whole lot here from the Terran player. Just a handful of Marines and Marauders. There's only one singular tank, and what is this rally point? Oh my god, bbbbreed, no! Your units, why are they all the way over there? And Kevin jumping on the opportunity. Another big mistake out of bbbbreed, not having his units all together. And whoa, what's going on with my mouse here? And this big Zerg army just kind of swallowing everything up. GG gets called, and Kevin takes the 2-0 victory.